Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to part 2 for mid-January. This is your mid-January reading. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, we already laid all this out and we went over all of this right here. So we're just going to go through and clarify everything that came up for part 1. Again, part 1 is linked up in the comments down below, so make sure to check that out. For your first row, you have this tarantula spirit. This card just says connection on it. So I do feel that I feel like you are more connected to yourself. Two of Cups, you have the Two of Cups in your first row. Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. It doesn't have to be another person. So I feel the connection is more kind of like inside of you. I also get like more like very creative vibes, but I feel like, a tarantula is a spider. It can weave a web. I kind of feel this more of a flexibility energy off of this card, where it's saying like, hey, you might have some very creative ideas, Ace of Wands, that are with the King of Pentacles over here. That's going to lead to long-term success or growth or abundance, whatever. But there's like a bunch of ways that you could get there. I feel like it's saying like, don't just, look at only one way of being successful. Damn, this is a good reading, Cancer. I'm telling you right now. Two of Cups with the World, you have the Empress. So you are the only sign, I think, except for Virgo, that gets so many like of these glow up readings, or whatever I would call glow up readings, where it's like you're stepping into your power or you're becoming more empowered in your life. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time. Again, I just intuitively, I do feel that there is a lot of love here in this reading. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be good. I would be putting yourself out there with that card. With the Hierophant in the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. Like I said in your first reading, I feel that there could be talents, gifts, skills, or abilities that you have to learn that could greatly increase your finances, that could increase your love life, your health, your wealth, whatever, your spirituality. So I feel for some of you, the Page of Swords is saying, look for those things. I gave the example in the first reading of needing to maybe, if you have a person who's successful at something in your life, maybe you need to go ask that person what they do. They probably do something that you don't. And the Page of Swords is the card of like the detective. It is the card of looking for answers, figuring out what works by asking or digging into details, or kind of like figuring things out, right? And that's exactly what I would do there with the Page of Swords. I kind of feel like sometimes there just are extra things that we do, that successful people do that just normal people don't. It's like, I've been in business for a very long time. I had a very successful business when I was younger, and there were other people in this business that weren't even close, right? And it's kind of funny just looking from the outside now. It's like a lot of those people didn't do like half the stuff I do. Even like here on YouTube, I always talk about this, and I don't like to brag about myself, but it's like I do a lot of stuff that I think, number one, people don't even think to do, but number two, that I've heard people say doesn't work. I talk about this a lot. There are a lot of things that the YouTube experts talk about that don't work. According to that, they work for me. I've tested it, right? So I would be very careful of also listening to, the experts in the world. I feel like this Page of Swords is more saying there's a person, like at work, in business, a friend that can tell you directly. So I feel like that Page of Swords saying go directly to the source. With the Hangman and the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles twice. Love it. Nine of Pentacles is a very positive kind of like independent energy. So I kind of like coming into things in Nine of Pentacles energy. It's like you have everything you need to be successful. But it's like it does say that anything from the people around you could be very beneficial as well. It's like, you're coming into something prepared. This is coming up in the area of your thoughts. So I feel like your thoughts are very abundant with that Nine of Pentacles energy. Nine of Pentacles, I did those environment readings like a few weeks ago because the Nine of Pentacles keeps coming up in readings. Nine of Pentacles has to do with your environment, so I'd make sure you're keeping like a positive environment, keeping positive things around you, listening to positive music. I don't think this is always true, but there have definitely been times in my life where it's like my life starts to go like down, and I'm like, what the hell, is going on? And it's like, I remember a few months ago, like things were kind of like going down, not like super negatively, but noticeably, right? And it's like, what the hell is going on? I was watching some TV show that like was really making me have like very strong feelings, right? It was, negative feelings. So I feel like sometimes it's like, you never know. You might be watching a TV show, it's like a little bit too negative. Maybe it's putting you in a negative mind space. Maybe you're listening to music that's like putting you in a negative mind space. I'm not saying you have to cut it out forever. I actually finished a TV show like a few months after that happened, right? And I was fine. But I think at the time, in the moment, it was kind of creating these negative feelings. So again, it's not saying you have to do this forever. I feel like it's just saying protect your mind right now. In the next row, you have the Series card. This card says nurture. Definitely nurture yourself and take care of yourself with this energy. Like I said, with the Nine of Pentacles, I'd be mostly taking care of your mind, but pretty much anything in your environment. With the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, this is coming up in your foundation. You have the Death card. This could be a transformation in your foundation. Your foundation is what supports you, right? And that Death card could say that there are certain things that you need less than others. Like, look, on this card, the King is dead underneath the Death Rider. Kind of represents that even kings die, right? It can say that something in your life that you thought was going to last forever maybe is experiencing a transition or transformation. You have this guy here. He kind of looks like a pope. He kind of looks like the Hierophant as well. And he's begging for life. It can say that our ideas, our beliefs, the things that we value, those things could be changing. And we talked about this in your first reading. Again, Uranus and Taurus. To me, it's like, I don't know, and also Neptune and Pisces for sure. Neptune and Pisces is traditional beliefs, things that we've always believed just because, right? And the Death card says these things are changing, and that could be giving you a more solid foundation. Probably will. You're just gaining a new understanding. Why is this important? I don't know. I think that's why we're entering into a time of more abundance. It's like, a lot of people say that we live in this world where we have like the 1%, right? Where only the 1% is wealthy. I do believe, there is a theory, and I do believe that there is going to be a flippening where basically it's probably going to be like maybe 60-40, where like 60% will be, in the what was the 1%. Does that make sense, Cancer? This is a good thing. It's going to be much more abundant, and there's going to be a lot more abundance around. The 40% could just be people who choose to live in the woods, which is fine, right? Nothing wrong with that. So it's like the 40% is not going to be so much poverty as it is going to be maybe people choosing to live their own life, do their own thing, not take part in the system, and all that other stuff. So it's more down to personal choice, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I see it in my head. Is that accurate? I don't know. We'll find out, right? We'll see how accurate I am, I guess, in the future. But, like I said, I feel like there's going to be a change. In the middle here with the Five of Pentacles and the Fool, you have the Tower. Yeah, this is coming up in the area of the past, so you definitely have experienced these Tower moments and things like that. The Fool, I think, is just obviously wanting the new beginning. But again, coming up in the past, so who cares? And by the way, your next card is a Star. The major arcana goes Tower, Star. It's like you're clearly healing from Tower moments. This is the area of your near future. So in the area of your near future with the Star and the Nine of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. Things kind of building momentum. This is like the second or third time I feel that I've said the word momentum to you, Cancer. I would say you and your opposite sign, Capricorn, definitely get momentum messages the most. Momentum is like needing to keep things going. It is, if you're finding success, keep doing the things that work and then add on more. I always tell the story. It's like I have a buddy, he worked in real estate, and he was very, very successful, but then he rested on his laurels. He stopped doing the things that were working. It's like his business was going very well for like a few months, and then like all of a sudden business dried up. Why? Because he stopped doing what was working. So, the Knight of Swords sometimes I think reminds us, hey, keep doing the things that made you successful in the first place. You got to keep the momentum going, right? And that's definitely what I feel like that is saying. In your last row here, you have this money path. It says a path with money is waiting for you to find. Damn, I like that. And you also have the tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. I hate turtle cards. I love turtles. I hate turtle cards in the tarot and in the oracle cards and everything like that. Whatever. But, it could be slow, but at the same time, I feel like you're building momentum, so who cares? Clearly, I kind of said this, there's a lot of abundance coming in for you in this reading. And, but again, what I would say is the slow part of this could be that you're building a foundation with that Death card coming up in the area of your foundation. If you're building a new foundation, it might be, you might have to restructure some things. You might have to rebuild some things in your life. In the area of the next few months with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Wands, you have the World. Love it. You start and basically end with the World. So for a lot of you, could be reaching new heights, reaching new goals, finding new things to create in your life. And I think that's a great thing. I do get a very creative energy here, especially I'll show you right in this section. You have the Ace of Wands, very creative card. And like I said in the first reading, clearly something is going to require work, probably getting to the World, but I feel the payoff will be worth it for sure. with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, like Page of Cups, like I said, this is clearly a person who's coming in for you. Could be a Capricorn, your opposite sign. Could be any sign. You have Taurus showing up here as well. You have basically everything here, so it could be any sign. But there's clearly a love offer coming in for you here, Cancer. I feel like it'll make you very happy. And I also feel like it'll be a very positive type of relationship. With the Devil and the Two of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. This is coming up in the area of your future feelings. What I would say is, like, I don't know, for the past 3 months, something like that. Pretty much any time I have an area of future feelings, people are getting like the Four of Cups or similar cards. I think it's just saying that it's like, we need to be open to how we're manifesting things. And, it's like things might not look exactly precisely how we want them to, but I feel like if we are trending in the right direction, that's all that matters. I feel like we need to realize it's like the path to success isn't like this, right? It's more like, this all over the place. And that's okay, as long as you are overall trending in the right direction. I like to remind people, it's like, look back 10 years. Like, what was your life like 10 years ago? Probably worse than it is right now, right? So for the most part, are you trending in the right direction? If the answer is yes, then keep moving forward. And the Four of Cups says, yeah, you might not have exactly what you are desiring, but you're getting damn close, clearly. With your outcome with the Chariot and the Page of Cups, you have the Hierophant, marriage. If you're meeting someone here, Cancer, it could lead to marriage. It could be one of the fixed signs. It could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo as well. That's coming in for you. You have Pisces here, Scorpio. You have pretty much everything, like I said. So you could be meeting a person that you marry, someone who's very serious. I get a very serious vibe off of this person in this diagonal, just with the King of Pentacles. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I just get a very serious vibe. I think they take things very seriously. And that there could be some comfort in that. It's like, I mean this in a positive way. Some people are too serious. That's not what I'm referring to here. I feel like this person is just serious. They just take things seriously. They put the work in and, all that other stuff. I think in love, it's very important to find a person who seriously wants a relationship, who values relationships. Part of me feels like that's the problem with modern day relationships. People don't value relationships. So it's like, if you find a person who does, then there you go. But yeah, this person's very serious if it's love. For others, clearly going through your answer to get that victory is learning, like we said in the first reading with the Hierophant. Hierophant can represent education, learning, all that other stuff. So this is a pretty good reading. I like this quite a bit for you, Cancer. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.